Well, good evening everybody, and welcome again to Consider This, our place on YouTube to look at the ideas and thoughts and sayings and truths that we've heard about probably our whole lives, and for some reason we just have not connected the dots yet. Hopefully with some really close dissection and real clariful pondering or considering, we might be able to actually see how we can implement these thoughts and ideas into our lives. I'm Jenny Meyer. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm trying something different being outside. Hopefully the sound is okay and the light is all right. I'm still trying to get used to all things YouTube, but I appreciate your time. Thanks for checking in. And today, if you couldn't figure it out with the title, I want to talk about a little bit about pain. I've actually tried to record this video about 4 times now, and I'm having a really hard time because it's a really big idea, it's a really big topic, and everybody tastes it. Everybody touches pain. And so I decided instead maybe what I could do is like break it down into small chunks and we'll see what happens. And in thinking that way, what appeared to be the most obvious place to start is, what is pain? What is its purpose? I mean, why the hell is it even here? I don't know about you, but I've thought that a lot. Like, why is this even here? It's like the mosquito. Why is the mosquito here? I don't understand what its purpose is. So let's look at that, because the truth is pain really does have a purpose. Now there's 2 kinds of pain. There's a physical pain, right? And then there's like emotional or psychological pain. You might even be able to dissect it into more categories than that, but let's just stick with 2, right? Physical pain, emotional, psychological pain. You know, physical pain is actually kind of easy to figure out. Like, your body hurts, it needs help. So you stub your toe, you burn your hand, you break your leg, you get a cold, you have a fever, you're nauseated. Like, your body is telling you through the pain, something's wrong, I need help. The body needs help. And really, emotional pain, psychological pain really isn't any different. You know, it's your heart, your feelings, your personality, your emotions, whatever, saying, I'm not okay, I need some help. There are lots of ways to talk about pain, and I have read innumerable books and articles and ideas on what pain is and the different ways to think about pain. And I actually think that the 2 most practical ways, well, semi-practical ways to think about pain is with this idea of pain being just that, this like flashcard, this like, hey, let's go and time out. Something's happening right now and I'm not exactly sure. Basically, it's your brain saying that something's not matching an expectation you have, or a rule that you have, or a feeling that you are looking for, or whatever. It could be any number of things, right? And in the world of psychological pain or emotional pain, there's lots of different kinds. You know, people can feel stressed, they can feel worried, people can feel angry, they can feel hurt, they can feel afraid, they can feel depressed and sad. And what I've come to realize, and after reading a lot of things, is that each one of these things is giving us a slightly different message. And if we can figure out what this message is, what it is that the pain is trying to tell us, then it helps set us up in terms of how to make it better. Here's the thing, and this is where I think we get off track. You know, a lot of what I want to try to focus on in this channel is that, look, what's happening is really below the surface. You know, you think it's, you know, X, this problem. You know, somebody cut you off in traffic. You think this guy cutting you off in traffic is the problem. It's not. You're the problem. You're the reason you're feeling the pain. Now, that doesn't mean that what happened is okay, or what's happened to you or towards you is all right or fair or anything. It does not mean that at all. Everybody, please hear me. It does not mean that it wasn't okay to do, that it was okay to do. It wasn't. I'm not saying this. What I am saying is that the reason it hurts is because it goes against something that you think, something that you feel, some belief that you have. And if we're talking about beliefs, what pain is in your life is a really important belief to get right, to set yourself up for success, because I hate to break it to you, we can't avoid it. I've been trying for a really long time, and there is no getting rid of it. And I've come to the conclusion that the reason that there is no getting rid of it is because it's an integral part of what we have come to experience. It's part of the learning process. And depending on how you decide to answer the question, why are we here, pain is a big part of that. But there are times when we actually want to experience pain, and I think that that's an important thing to think about. Like, everybody says that they just want to be happy. You want to be happy all of the time. That's really not true. There are times when you don't want to be happy, and that's because pain, at its very basic level, signifies some sort of loss. It means that something was significant. It means that there was sacrifice. Sacrifice is a way of making something sacred, a way of getting something meaning. So there's a certain amount of rightness with experiencing pain in certain circumstances. What I think that we get off track with, and I'm going to go back a little bit, what I think we get off track with is that we stop at this surface level of pain and immediately point the finger, like, it's you. You're the reason I'm feeling pain. And we forget, no, the reason you're feeling pain is because of how you feel, because of some way you've defined something. That sucks. If someone passes away, if you lose someone, the reason it hurts is because of how you feel, not because of the person who passed away. Millions of people pass away every single day, and it doesn't cause you pain. The reason it caused you pain is because of how you feel about it. Now, the reason I really want to make this point really big is because the secret to getting out of pain, at least faster, is to recognize that, is to own it and say, I am hurting. I am hurting because this is my pain that I am creating, okay, because of what the circumstance is around me. And that puts you, I think, in the best frame of mind to evaluate your circumstance and decide how you want to navigate through the pain. Because you can't bury it, you can't turn it off, you can't pretend it's not there. You can't ignore it, you can't, distract yourself from it. Inevitably, it's going to come back. And here's the thing, if you don't take the time to evaluate below that surface level of pain to whatever it is that triggered you, whatever it was that caused you to hurt, it's just going to come back. So if you're pissed off at your job because the boss is not fair and you have all of these expectations and there's never enough time, less time, more output, you know how it is, like everybody has that, right? Do more with less, right? We're told that all the time. So you're working in this environment where it's do more with less all the time and push it out, push it out, push it out, push it out, and finally you get to your point like, screw this, laters, and you leave, right? That makes perfect sense, except for somewhere in there is something of yours that if you don't look at and figure out and then try to decide how you want to handle it, you will have a similar circumstance happen the next place. Guaranteed, it's going to happen. I don't know why. I am not God. But that just seems to be the way. If you look around at your world, if you look at your life, and you think about the things that have come up, and the issues that you have, maybe you're always struggling with a health problem, or maybe there's always this financial thing that you find yourself in, or maybe there's some, I don't care what it is. It's never at the surface. I don't think it's ever at the surface. I think it's always underneath it based on how you're choosing or believing to look at the situation that's happening. And that sucks, and I think is also the only way to make it better. It's true. we all know this at some level. You know, we all know this at some level. But when we're in it and we're hurting, it's so easy to say it was this situation or it was this person. And there are some situations where it really, really looks like that. Like assault, rape, you know, abuse. Like, how in the hell could that have been the other person's like thing? This is very important. Like, I'm not saying it's your fault. It's not anybody's fault. What I'm saying is how you feel about the pain, how you get through the pain, is based on how you choose to define what's happened to you, why, and what the pain means. Because if you're constantly making it the other person or the other situation that happened to you, you stay stuck in that pain forever. The only way out of it is to rearrange in your mind and in your heart why the pain was there, what the pain is for, and how you want to look at the pain going forward so that you can like forgive and move on. You know, forgive. And remember, forgive doesn't mean like a pass. It doesn't mean it's all right. It doesn't mean it's all right. But what it does is when you redefine it and you look at it below the level of the circumstance, if you dig deep internally and you think, okay, the reason that this made me mad is because I felt like this, and that reminds me of this situation when I was, you know, with this other person, and the account, you know, what happened after that first situation was I lost all my friends, and so now anytime I see this person's face, I get horribly angry because I was hurt so bad. If you don't look at and reevaluate what that means, and how you're contributing to it, not the cause of, contributing to it. It's a very, very important distinction. Not the cause of, how are you contributing to it? What are you saying to yourself, to your heart, that is allowing you to perpetuate the feeling, which keeps you from doing anything different? And if you don't make a change, if you don't make an adjustment in your circumstances or in your behavior or in your thinking or whatever, you're just going to keep feeling that way. And it's going to keep coming back and back and back until you figure it out. Because life is all about giving you what you need so you can figure it out. I think that we spend a lot of time waiting for the pain to go away, waiting for it to disappear. I certainly feel like that's how I feel. You know, let's just get to the point. I mean, I'm not consciously aware of this in every minute, but let's just get to the point where there is no more pain, right? Like when will I be, like, it's almost like that argument when they say, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when there's no more pain. There's always going to be pain. Why are you going to let the pain stop you from being happy? I guess that's really part of what it was. I don't know, there's a lot of thoughts in here, guys, and I'll probably unpack it a little bit more as we go along. And I really want to know what you think, because this is hard. Like, how do you deal with some pains are really because of an atrocity that another person inflicted on you? Like, that's real. How do you get on the other side of it, though, if you don't examine yourself internally? Because you can't examine this. You have no control over that. None. The only space that you have any control over, and because of the control have any hope of feeling better, is all inside. It's all right here, right here, right here, here, and right here. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. No haters. And you know, I really appreciate you guys being here with me and spending some time with me. You know, like and share, comment, and subscribe. I really want to engage. I really want to start dialogue with people. I think we're missing it a lot. And so I want to be a part of that. So thank you very much. Have an outstanding rest of your day. Bye-bye.